What's the worst case of rich kid syndrome you've seen? When I started working as a teaching assistant at an elite private school, I met Josh Henderson, the most entitled 16-year-old I'd ever seen. His dad owned half the real estate in our city, and Josh never let anyone forget it. This kid would park his brand new Range Rover across 3 spots in the student lot, so peasants wouldn't scratch it. He'd throw his $2,000 laptop in the trash if it got too slow, then buy a new one the next day. Once he made a freshman cry because her cheap shoes scuffed his designer backpack. But the worst part? Josh was failing chemistry, and his dad was on the school board. That meant nobody could give him the F he deserved. Teachers would mysteriously change his grades right before report cards. Everyone knew what was happening, but nobody dared speak up. I was just a TA trying to pay for grad school, so I kept my mouth shut too. Until one day, Josh went too far. We had this really sweet student named Amy. Her mom cleaned houses for a living and had saved for years to send her here on partial scholarship. Amy was brilliant at chemistry, like future medical researcher brilliant. The day before the big midterm project, Josh cornered Amy in the lab. I overheard him offering her $5,000 to do his project for him. When she refused, he switched tactics. My dad knows the admission board at Yale. He smirked. It would be a shame if someone told them the scholarship girl cheats on tests. Amy came to me crying. She couldn't risk losing her shot at Yale, but she also couldn't afford to get caught cheating. I told her to trust me and accept his offer. See, what Josh didn't know was that I'd been documenting everything for months. Every mysteriously changed grade. Every time teachers were pressured to pass him. Even recordings of him bragging about his dad's donations getting him out of trouble. The next day, Josh proudly presented his project to the class. The teacher, Dr. Wright, knew it was really Amy's work but started to give him an A anyway. That's when I raised my hand. Actually, I think there's been a mistake, I said, pulling out my phone. I have some interesting recordings everyone should hear. Josh's smug smile vanished. You can't prove anything, he snapped. And my dad will have you fired. I smiled back. Your dad isn't the only one with connections. I turned to Dr. Wright. I've already sent copies to the State Board of Education, the Accreditation Committee, and 3 local news stations. Want to hear them? The color drained from Josh's face. Dr. Wright looked like she might faint. By lunch, the principal had called an emergency board meeting. But here's where it gets good. Josh's dad showed up ready to destroy me. Instead, he found his son's entire history of bribes, threats, and cheating laid out in a thick folder, plus evidence of the school covering it up, which could cost them their accreditation. Fire the TA, he demanded, or I'll pull my funding. The board chairman actually laughed. Pull it. These records show years of academic fraud. If this gets out, every grade, every diploma we've issued becomes questionable. Your money can't fix that. Josh's dad deflated like a popped balloon. 2 hours later, they reached a deal. Josh would transfer to public school, and in exchange, the evidence would stay private. The next morning, Josh's precious Range Rover was gone from the parking lot. Amy got full credit for her project, plus a glowing recommendation letter for Yale. But the best part? A week later, I saw Josh riding the public bus to his new school. Someone had drawn a penis on his designer backpack with permanent marker.